Hey everybody, it's Carl Brown from guitarlessons365.com. Today we're going to take a look at Walk This Way by Aerosmith. This video is going to tackle all the rhythm guitar parts, and the next one will tackle the solos. So it's a pretty simple, straightforward song. It's got some overdubs in it, some parts where there's like 3 guitar lines going, but for the most part it's pretty doable with 1 guitar. So where I can, I'll put some stuff to put it together, show you how to put it together, both parts. To where you can play it as 1 guitar, but it still sounds like the record. Alright, so let's start with the main riff here. We're going to go 0, 1, 2 on the 5th string, little chromatic, and then up to, with the, I'll use my 3rd finger on the 2nd fret on the 4th string. So do that again. So it happens twice. Then down to the low E string. Alright, so just for the intro here, we have a little, he plays it just a little bit different. So he does this, then, so the difference there was, instead of just going to end it, he does, he goes, he plays the 3rd fret on the 6th string and pulls off to the open string. Then he ends it here at the 2nd fret on the D. So all together. All right, then we're back to the same riff. So when he's transitioning to the rhythm part, the verse part, he's going to play this A power chord. You're going to have your bar across the 2nd and 3rd, the 3rd and the 4th strings here at the 2nd fret with the open A strings, and slide those 2 middle strings up. All right. So for the most part, that is the main riff in the song, except when he's actually playing it every other time in the song, you don't do that little pull-up. He keeps it very simple. He just does this. So you're just doing down to that E and just repeating it until you hit that A chord. All right, now the rhythm. The verse here goes like this. I seem a little technical. It's a straight 16th note feel. So let me first show you the notes. We'll keep coming back to the 8th fret here on the low E string. And we're going to be muting that. So palm muting that. And then we're going to be doing the melody notes. We're going to come up and hit the 10th fret on the A string. And then come back down to the A on the low E. And then the 12th on the A string. Then back down to the 8. So we're going to keep coming back down to this note. You just need to know the melody notes on top of it. It goes. Alright, so you can see how between each one of those notes, you just keep coming back and chugging on that A, the 8th fret here. Alright, so we have 10th fret, 12th fret on the high, on the A string. I'll keep going back to the 8th fret. Then you come over and grab the 10th fret on the D to the 10th fret on the A string. You don't go back to the 8 between those. Those are real quick together. You hit those back to back. So we have, and then we continue through. Reach up to the 13th fret now, then down to 12. the 13th fret on the A string, then down to 12. So we have just keep that steady 16th note feel. Keep going back to the 8th fret and just try to get the timing of kind of how you're coming back to that 8th fret. It's not an exact science, but you have to get those melody notes in time. So the phrasing of that's the most important, and then you can keep coming back to the 8th fret. So just all right. So we do that. And then when we transition back to the main riff, it's right after those two 10s. Slide back up. So it's the same thing. Now you'll hear him sometimes he does little it's just muting the strings and doing a little downstroke, upstroke thing. All right, so that's the verse. You're going to play that like 4 times. There is one little thing you'll see in the verse. I think it's the 3rd time playing the verse. He does a little. You'll hear him do that real quick. It's really just an overdub. It's the 8th fret at the 3rd and 4th strings. All right, so if you want to throw that in, that's what's going on there. All right, now we have the chorus, which there's actually 3 guitars here, or 3 definitive parts, but you could pull it off on 1 guitar. The main part would be this. So we have another one that's kind of accentuating those notes. And that's very low in the mix. And then you have the overdub guitar with that dissonant chord. All right, so now you can play that one of 2 ways. The second one we looked at, not really needed to get the effect going. So what you need is those first opening chords, the power chord at 8 and 10 across on the low E string and the A string. Then just keep that 8 there. Pinky goes to 12 and then 13. Big stretch. And you need that overdub. So you can do it like this. And then come over and do the same thing, but this time the power chord is on the 5th string. Same dissonant chord. Or you could try to do them together to better recreate the sound of the thing. You have to have a strong bar here though. You'll basically go, and you keep that bar there with your first finger, and reach your 2nd finger down to that 10th fret and hit those while you're letting these 2 bottom strings ring. You come up and you pick the 2nd and the 3rd string. Well, I got my 2nd finger there on that 10, and the bar is taking care of that 8. That's a little tricky. And then do the same thing off the 5th string. So that's just there if you want to attempt that and make it sound just like the album. It is possible to do those 2 parts together, but most people probably opt to go. But I think it kind of loses something if you do that. All right, so that's pretty much all the rhythms we have. In the next video, we're going to take a look at all the solos in the outro section. All right, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.